Hello and welcome to the daily number workout for fourth grade. We're on the number 30. So let's get started with our word form. So let's start with THRIRTY, 30. And since it ends with a 0, it is an even number. All right, let's go for our factors of 30. So we have 1 times 30, of course. 2 goes in because it's even. 2 times 15. 3 goes in. 3 times 10 is 30. 4 does not go in. It goes into 28 and 32. 5 goes in. 5 times 6 is 30. And then there's no other numbers between 5 and 6, so we know we're done. Wow, lots of factor pairs here. And I'm just going to list them up here. 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, and 5 times 6. Woo! But we just found them in this different kind of technique. And this is going to work for you when we're working on lowest terms down the road. All right, let's go for our, addition. So I'm going to move my paper up so you can see that clearer. Addition. So this should be pretty easy. Let's start with 30 plus 1 equals 31. 30 plus 2 equals 32. 30 plus 3 equals 33. I bet you just flew right through these. 30 plus 4 equals 34. 30 plus 5 equals 35. 30 plus 6 equals 36. 30 plus 7 equals 37. 30 plus 8 equals 38. 30 plus 9 equals 39. And 30 plus 10 equals 40. Pretty simple one today. Let's go for subtraction. And as a reminder, subtraction is addition backwards. So we're going to start with the 40 minus 30 equals 10. 39 minus 30 equals 9. 38 minus 30 equals 8. 37 minus 30 equals 7. 36 minus 30 equals 6. 35 minus 30 equals 5. 34 minus 30 equals 4. 33 minus 30 equals 3. 32 minus 30 equals 2. And 31 minus 30 equals 1. Boom. Moving on to multiplication. And this one should be pretty easy because we can do it in our head with a 0. So 30 times 1 equals 30. So basically, we are multiplying this number by the front end and adding a 0. 30 times 2 equals 2 times 3 is 6 with a 0. 30 times 3 equals 3 times 3 is 9 with a 0. 30 times 4 equals 4 times 3 is 12 with a 0. 30 times 5 equals 5 times 3 is 15 with a 0. 30 times 6 equals 6 times 3 is 18 with the 0. 30 times 7 equals 7 times 3 is 21 with the 0. 30 times 8 8 times 3 is 24 with the 0. Pretty simple, right? All right, any numbers that are like 30, 40, 60, whatever that ends in a 0, so easy to do. All right, next one is 30 times 9. 9 times 3 was 27 with a 0 because we're talking 30. And then 30 times 10 equals 1 times 3 is 3. And then we have 1, 2 zeros in this problem. Boom, 300. Hope you did good on that one. Just wanted to show you another way to think of it if you didn't think of it that way. So let's go ahead and do our division. Does 30 go into 1? It does not. So we're just going to put a tiny little 0 to hold that place value. Now we're looking at 10. Does 30 go into 10? It does not. So we're going to put a little 0 here to hold that place value. Now we're looking at the full 100. And since we did our multiples here, it's easy to find out. So this one's a little too much. We can't get 120 out of 100, but we can get this one. So we're looking at 3. 30 goes into 100 3 whole times because 3 times 30 is 90. Subtract that out. 0 minus 0 is 0. 10 minus 9 is 1. Does 30 go into 10? It does not. So we know we're in the right place. We got the right answer. Let's put remainder 10 up here. So our answer is 30 goes into 100 3 whole times with 10 left over. Nice job. All right, let's move on to our measurement of the day. I'm going to get all these cards off so they don't fall over the edge. So our first measurement is our standard form linear measurement, which is inches, feet, and yards. All right, so I'm going to move these up so we get plenty of space. Save some paper here. Save a tree. 30 inches. Now, when we are converting it into feet, we're putting it into fractions because we know it takes 12 inches to make a foot. So we're just turning it into a fraction. 30 inches out of 12. So this line stands for out of. Or it also stands for divide by. So I'm going to give you a little arrow here, and maybe you can make yourself a little note. Out of or divide by. Both of those represent that line. All right, so we're going to divide 30 into 12s. So we have 12 over 12, which is 12. Then 12 more over 12 is 24. And then the next thing would be 6 over 12 to make 30. All right, so we know we have 1, 2 whole feet with 6 left over. So we have 2 and 6/12 of a foot. So we have 2 and 6/12 feet. Moving on to yards, it takes 36 inches to make a yard. So we're going to put our inches over that. Woo, we're getting pretty close to a yard. We have 36 of a yard. So it's pretty close. 30 inches out of the 36. Pretty good. All right, let's go to metric system of linear measurement. So we have 30 centimeters, and we know it takes 10 of those to make a decimeter. So we're going to make our fraction 30 over 10. And we're going to drop down here and start breaking it apart. So we have 10 plus 10 plus 10 equals 30. So that means we have 1, 2, 3 whole decimeters. So we have 3 decimeters. So 30 centimeters is the same as 3 decimeters. And let's move over here. We have 30 out of 100. So we don't quite have enough to make a meter. So we have 30 hundredths of a meter. All right, let's move on to our liquid form of measurement. And that would be ounces, cups, pints, quarts, and gallons. So, of course, today is 30, so we have 30 ounces. Those are 30 OZs. And remember, the OZ needs to be smaller than here, because if we had written it big like this, 30 OZs, it looks like 300. So we're always trying to change up the sizes to break apart what we're trying to say. 30 ounces, and we know it takes 8 cups, so we're going to put that 30 over 8 to convert it into cups. So let's break this apart in eighths. So 8 eighths plus 8 eighths plus 8 eighths plus 6 eighths. 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 24, plus 6 is 30. So we have 1, 2, 3 whole cups. So that's 3 whole, as big as a fraction, and 6 eighths cups. All right, let's go on to pints. We have 30 out of 16. So we're going to divide by 16 again. 16 over 16 plus 14 over 16. Not quite a whole pint. So we definitely have 1 whole pint with 14 sixteenths. So 1 whole and 14 sixteenths pints. All right, our next thing is quarts. We have 30 out of 32, almost a whole quart, but not quite. And then we have, that equals 30 out of 128. So we have also a partial gallon, 30 128ths of a gallon. All right, metric, liquid measurement, milliliter and liter. We have 30 milliliters. And remember, again, write these little letters a little smaller. That way you can tell if it's a number or a letter. And then that would be 30 out of 1,000, which is 30 thousandths of a liter. And we are done with the number 30 for today. So thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again. Have a great day.